7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's now time for the Pony Cake Sports Podcast with your hosts, Josh Stevens, Tim Thompson, and Tom Schultz. Woo!
Hey there, everybody. We are back again, and we're giving you a league episode breakdown on what happened in week number 12. Tim, how's it going?
It is going fantastic. Thank you very much. A big week this week. Week 13, the final week of the season. Of course, week 12, I put up a big fight for my dumb team.
You did?
140 points. I think that's my highest of the season, actually. But yeah, didn't quite work out. But yeah, excited to talk about the league. Some big stuff to talk about.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson on your team put up some big numbers, 31.5 points. Leonard Fournette, 24. And then you had that big Thursday night start, or Thursday afternoon start with Amari Cooper, 34 points. I thought I was done in for this week. I thought you were going to have it. I thought you were going to take control. And then on my team, Christian McCaffrey decided to come and play.
Yeah, it comes down to my tight end spot. I mean, even if I had a great tight end, I still probably would have lost by a close margin. But you hate to see you plug in a Ricky Seals-Jones at one point. You freaking jamoke. I hate you. And your team, what can you say? Christian McCaffrey, he's the big dog. He's been carrying you. I shouldn't say carrying your team, but he's been a big asset to your team.
Definitely a big part.
This year.
Let's go to another matchup that seemed actually pretty close. We have Brett Muhammad versus Mr. Greg Wagner. This game came down to 167.6 to 130.7. If you looked at some of Muhammad's plug and plays, LeGarrette Blount for 22.8.
Yep.
Corey Davis had the big Monday night game with 21. Tom Brady had 22. Looked like Mr. Muhammad could have had an upset brewing, but then Saquon Barkley did what he needed to do, and then Juju Smith-Schuster had himself a game.
It was the Juju show. Like you said, Saquon did what I expected him to. I expected Juju to struggle a little bit, actually, in Denver.
Yeah.
But not at all. No problem whatsoever. Wags almost shot himself in the foot with the Jordan Howard start. But it worked out in his favor. He gets the win, and Brett remains 1-11.
Mitch and his bitch and Jerry versus Justin. Delvin, my wife can't cook. Justin ekes out a win, 107.6 to 92.9. Sony Michel had himself a game, taking more and more time and playing time away from one Mr. White, the other running back there for the Patriots. But other than that, Jerry's team is not very good.
No, not very good at all. It's good for a team like Justin's with Nick frickin' Mullins at quarterback.
Very true.
To find a way to win. I just want to throw out there to everyone, obviously, with the trade deadline, fast approaching here in a couple of days.
Yep.
Lamar Miller, I traded to Justin. Some people were wondering, what kind of deal that was. 23.2 points ensured Justin got the victory, which is exactly what I wanted. Exactly why I like to make trades with Justin. So the trade deadline's coming up. Make sure to shoot me a text, guys.
Notorious Starfish Tommy versus Josh Schultz. Tommy ends up getting a win against Josh Schultz, 100.2 to 104.3. And I don't know. I looked at some of Josh Schultz's matchups here. John Brown against Oakland, kind of favorable matchup. John Brown kind of laid an egg. Would you have started Mohamed Sanu over John Brown?
Honestly, I don't think so.
The Saints are the worst the worst defense against wide receivers.
Yeah, but I always get concerned in those divisional matchups. You never really know. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's 6.7 points. I know here it would have made the difference, but it's so fine. I don't fault Josh either way, in all honesty. I do. I love their banter back and forth afterwards between the two. I do also want to say, because we haven't had the opportunity to say it, Tommy, you are Brett's lone win. You are by far and away the worst defending champion in league history, which makes sense because you were never really a league champion to begin with. So bravo to Tommy on getting the win, but you still suck.
Kevin Long versus Tom Schultz. Kevin Long had a good start to the week. Dak Prescott put up 30.3 points. Tariq Cohen had 15 points. Gronk had 13. Kenny Galladay had 11. It was looking pretty promising for Kevin Long here. And then Tom's team decided to go on a tear. Nick Chubb put up 26 points. Andrew Luck, 26 points. Devontae Adams, 15. Calvin Ridley, 17. His now injured tight end that is on the IR, Jack Doyle, 9.6. Looks like Tom will have to figure out what he's going to do if he's going to plug in Cameron Brate, or if he's going to try to hit that waiver wire for a tight end. On the other side, Kevin, like I talked about, started hot, and then he kind of flamed out.
Yeah, he did. Tom's team is the one. I know we're going to talk about the future here, but Tom's team is a scary one, mostly because it's good now, but it has the potential to be really, really great going into next year. I know he has some early picks, and the biggest thing for him, if he's going to make the playoffs, is how he handles his four young running backs, and how he handles the quarterback position. With how good Baker has been, that's going to be a tough play, or a tough decision, I think, every week between Andrew Luck and Baker Mayfield, as both quarterbacks are extremely hot right now.
Last matchup, Mike Agent versus Thanos. And Mike had a good week. He had Matt Ryan. He started him over Aaron Rodgers. I think it was the right play. Aaron Rodgers obviously was playing the Minnesota Vikings. Alvin Kamara kind of put up a not Alvin Kamara day, only 10 points. Philip Lindsay continues to impress. Jarvis Landry, shockingly, the last couple of weeks, not putting up solid numbers. He's playing more like a wide receiver 3 right now rather than a wide receiver 1. Emmanuel Sanders is still playing pretty well. But with Emmanuel Sanders, it's pretty much a boom or bust week. Like 1 week this week, 18 points. The week before, 8. Week before that, 7, 24, 21, 11, 8. You don't know which Emmanuel Sanders you're going to get. And then Josh Gordon, he's kind of Mr. Middle of the Road. He's kind of there for, that 8 to 12 points.
Yeah, Mike's been pretty active and looking for some help at the wide receiver position. So we'll see if he's able to pull anything out there. I would be shocked. I'd be extremely shocked if Mike's team makes the playoffs. I know he's right there, 7-6. He has every opportunity, but it's a highly volatile team. I'm interested to see. I think his whole week is going to depend on Alvin Kamara putting up monster numbers against the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday. Yep. And I hate depending on Thursday numbers.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and go with the scenarios for the playoffs. We have, let me pull up the standings right now.
Okay.
I am locked into the number 1 seed. I believe.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I believe Wags is locked into the number 2 seed.
Yes, he is. So buys are set.
The number 3 seed is going to be between Josh Schultz and Justin Stevens, depending who wins that matchup there. And then we have the number 4 seed, which is going to be between Tom and Mike Agent. And then the number 5 is going to be either Josh Schultz or Justin. And then the number 6 is going to come between Tom, Mike, or Thanos.
So let's break it down here. Josh Schultz, the only way Justin can be the 3 seed is if Justin wins and Josh Schultz loses.
Correct.
So now Josh Schultz, after talking all that shit to Tommy, has to hope Tommy pulls up another another upset and beats Justin. Because Josh has a tall order in front of him, which is Wags. Very interesting here. I actually expect Justin to go ahead and get the 3 seed, which then means Josh Schultz will be the 5 seed. Tom is going to be my guesstimation there for the 4 seed. Sorry, Mike. You're going to have to watch from home. And then the 6 seed is going to end up being Thanos.
So the only way that Thanos, if Mike loses, Thanos has to win this week. He's got to beat me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, if Tom loses, it doesn't matter if Thanos wins or loses. Thanos is in. So this matchup kind of pretty much relies on the Tom and the Mike pairing right here. It's going to be very interesting. So basically what it comes down to is Mike versus Tom. If Mike wins, he's in.
Yep.
If Tom wins, he's in, obviously. If Tom loses to Mike, he's out regardless. Thanos has the tiebreaker.
Okay.
If Mike loses to Tom and Thanos wins, Thanos is in.
So Tom has the worst odds. Mike has the best odds.
Yes. And if Mike loses and Thanos loses, Mike is in.
Interesting.
Because Mike just beat Thanos.
You know, you have to be happy if you're all three of those teams because at the end of the day, you control your own destiny. You know, 500 is not how you envision being here at the start of the season, but at the end of the day, you get a chance to go out there and potentially get yourself into the playoffs.
Just think about that. You can make the playoffs being 6-7.
Well, no.
Yes.
No, because Mike and Tom, one of them will be 7-6, and they'll.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be the 4 seed. Oh, yeah.
Whoever's the 6 seed. So say if Thanos loses and Mike loses, Mike could be 6-7 and still make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. But though in my other league, there's a bunch of teams. There's one guy at 5-7, and then there's 4 other guys who are 4-8.
What?
And if the guy who's 5-7 loses, that means there's going to be a 5-8 team in the playoffs.
That is stupid.
Yep.
I like it, but that's stupid. Let's go ahead and go to the Week 13 matchups and break them down. Let's start off with myself.
Now let's just do a fast pace. This is how we're going to do it. Name the winner. Tim versus Kevin. Fast pace.
Well, let me look at the matchup, bro.
No looking. Just go off names.
I'm going to go your team.
Tim. Yes. Okay. Jerry versus Brett.
I'm going to go with Brett.
Wow. Brett gets the 2 wins. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of the matchups matter. That's the end of Fast Pace.
That's the end of Fast Pace.
I just didn't want to talk about either of those two games. And the worst part is Jerry actually listens a lot, so he's going to be pissed that we just blew off his game. Happy. But we can mention Jerry. Congratulations, most trades this year. 47, I believe Mike said.
47 trades.
47 effing trades. Dear Lord, Jerry.
That's ridiculous.
I love you so much.
One of the biggest matchups we have Mr. Greg Wagner versus Josh Schultz. Greg is 10-2. Josh Schultz is 8-4. Josh needs to win this matchup, or to lose and have Justin lose. Basically, if you win, you are the number 3 seed. Tough matchup here. What are you thinking?
It'll be very interesting because pretty much regardless, it seems like I take that back. If Josh Schultz wins, which would be huge for his team. That'd be a big, because then he would go in and face the 6th seed, who would either end up being Thanos or Mike, and feed into one Greg Wagner.
Yep.
So it'll be very interesting. This is kind of a trendsetter here. What's it going to be like if Wags goes out and just puts a stamp on Josh Schultz here? It's going to be a little bit disheartening, I think, for one Josh Schultz. We know he gets in his own head a little bit sometimes. He's done a great job this season of not doing that. Shit the bed last week though, against a bitter division rival. So, kept Justin alive by doing so. After the big win over Justin 2 weeks ago, then lays an egg against a division rival and now has to beat a team that's only lost twice all year.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We're looking at Wags' team. He's got Juju against a tough Chargers defense. Derwin James on the Chargers is playing lights out at safety. Zach Ertz is playing the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins have not given over 10 fantasy points to a tight end since week number 8. That's pretty impressive. Obviously, Zach Ertz looks like right now he's got Kenyon Drake plugged in there. I think that's the right move against the Buffalo Bills, considering Kenyon Drake had a big game last week. Had a dud of a game week number 10 against Green Bay and week number 9, but he is always possible to blow up for a big game over 20 points.
If I'm Wags, I'm hoping that Kerryon Johnson's actually out of that football game again, because him against the Rams I do not like, and I actually really, really like Jordan Howard's matchup against the Giants.
Really?
I do.
Man, I don't know if I could do that.
I do. On the road, especially with the rumors out there that I think even if Mitch is playing, they're going to still want to protect him. And how do they listen? The Bears are in a great spot right now, where I think you're going to see one of their more conservative games.
And you got to look at it too. Like if you look at the Giants at home, at the Philadelphia Eagles, they gave up 27 points. At the San Francisco 49ers, they gave up 30 points. At Tampa Bay, they gave up 20 points. Those are all 3 teams that don't have very good running backs. So I guess I could see where Jordan Howard could have a decent game. I look at his numbers and I'm very leery to say I am going to trust a guy that put up 2.7 points and 3.7 points the last 3 weeks.
Josh, last 2 home games, Eagles and 49ers.
I know.
129 in a tutty, 123 in a tutty. Those are running back by committee type teams.
I know.
I don't even have a real running back. You're telling me with the Tariq Cohen outside to take off the pressure, you put Jordan Howard up the middle. There's no way. No way. I'll give you a lock. 75 yards minimum, 1 touchdown minimum for Jordan Howard this week against the Giants.
So who would you take out? Take out Kerryon Johnson?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, it's going to be a hard decision for him if Kerryon plays.
This is a must-win week.
Kerryon coming off of... Well, no, it's not a must-win for Wags.
Oh, yeah, not for Wags.
For Kerryon coming off of injury against a tough Rams team, I just don't... There's a lot of attitude there. My guess is the Lions probably keep him out, but...
I'm shocked Josh Schultz, looking at his team. He's got James Conner. He's got Mark Ingram. Other running backs on his team, he's got Alex Collins, and that's really about it. I'm shocked this team has not made a play for a running back.
Well, listen, his kind of mindset all year, I remember talking about it at the beginning of the season, 1 injury.
Yeah.
1 injury, and this team, potentially could be done. Now, he made some moves. Didn't he bring in Brandon Cooks?
He brought in Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald.
George Kittle just recently.
I thought did he draft Brandon Cooks? Or I thought he brought him in.
I think he drafted Cooks.
Let's see here. No. Havoc traded Brandon Cooks he traded him to Hot Lockett. That's Wags. And then Wags traded him to Jerry. Shocking. Jerry then traded him back. Oh no, that was then Jerry kept him, and then Jerry traded. So this year Jerry traded him to Josh Schultz.
Gotcha.
Yes, and that was September 15th. So that was right early in the season. So he added some depth there in terms of wide receiver, which paid off because AJ Green got hurt. So having the 3 of them obviously was a big deal. He's got the opportunity if AJ Green comes back better. Now that Andy Dalton thing has to scare the crap out of him. Has to.
I don't know, man. Maybe they're just going to try to air the ball out with who was the quarterback? Driscoll?
Yep, Jake Driscoll. Right.
Driscoll's just going to air the ball out. I mean, they got wide receivers. Their season's already over. Might as well just try to throw the ball as much as you can.
I don't know. I think there's a better shot of him going in there, kind of tweaking something, and AJ Green then being shut down for the year. Maybe. If I'm you, Josh Schultz, I am trading AJ Green because you're not going to keep him. You know it, for someone who you know is going to play. A la, I don't know, Amari Cooper. What's up?
Who do you got winning?
I am going to go with Wags.
I'm going to go with Josh in the upset.
Nice.
It's a must-win.
It is.
Next matchup, we have Tommy versus Justin. Tommy's got some decent favorable matchups. Again, he's got the
see how close this shit is?
Yeah, he's got the great Todd Gurley. He's got Zeke Elliott. Obviously, with Todd Gurley, he he tweaked his ankle,
Can I tell you why else Tommy's a faggot?
Go ahead.
Because Tommy's like, oh yeah, fire sale, blah, 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 blah. I offer him 4 first-round picks and a player.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I think I'm going to hold on to him. Oh, he's the Dan Connor of this fantasy league. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he was just playing with everybody. Even still, you look at his team and...
He's got a good team.
Who's he? He doesn't have a good team. He's got Todd Gurley and Elliott, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all he's got.
Better than my shitty-ass team.
On Justin's team, Lamar Miller is hot. Yeah, it's firing on all cylinders right now. You look at Lamar Miller, put up 23 points this last week, 12 points the week before. They're playing the Cleveland Browns. DeAndre Hopkins is looking good. I don't know, man. I like Justin's matchup here. I think Justin's going to pull off the win.
I also think Justin's going to win. I think that Houston-Cleveland game is going to be much closer than you're talking about. But, listen, Patty Mahomes is back. He's going to throw 8 touchdowns against Oakland because that's just what Andy Reid does. He likes to run up the score. A lot of times in these games, you're like, oh, maybe they're going to take the quarterback out. That's not Andy Reid. That's not Patrick Mahomes. He loves throwing multiple touchdown passes. So honestly, I think Justin could probably start Jerick McKinnon this week and still get the W.
Obviously, I think we both agree Justin is going to take out Nick Mullins and put in Patrick Mahomes.
I'd hope so.
Hasn't done so yet, but it looks like he's going to do that. I'm going to go with Justin.
I would hope so.
Let's go with Thanos versus myself.
Now, this is a true must-win. Well, no, because Condos can lose and still get in.
Yeah, so if Mike loses, or no, if Tom loses, he's still in.
Yeah. So, listen, it's a tough task for Condos. I love it. Like, part of me, it's funny. Like, you mentioned earlier, like, hey, I'm thinking about benching guys. Like, you're the only guy that I know that I think would actually consider that, because you're very superstitious.
I am.
You like to, you like to just.
I
be
honestly,
weird.
I'm honestly contemplating starting Lamar Jackson. I really am. Facing the Atlanta Falcons. I'm content. I'm honestly, if you look at my starting lineup right now, I'm actually content throwing that lineup out there, and I feel like I'd still win.
Interesting. You only have all your guys only 2 syllables in their name.
All of my guys?
Yeah. And their last names, I should say.
Oh, okay.
Because you're not playing McCaffrey.
Yeah.
You play your team. Play your
See how it
team.
goes.
The league's gonna throw a shit fit if you do.
Thanos did make a move. He ended up getting Austin Eckler from Muhammad earlier today. From Melvin Gordon is out for the foreseeable future. I don't know why he still got Des Bryant on his team. I think it's about time to cut loose on him. Willie Snead is just not there. I feel like you should cut loose on him too. But Austin Eckler, I think, is going to be a sneaky play. He put up 21 points this last week. He's facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh pretty good against the run, but 2 weeks ago against the Jacksonville Jaguars, they let up 29 points, and in Week 10 against the Carolina Panthers, let up 34 points.
I agree with you.
He needed to make a move.
But yeah. And my only concern with this move is, now, granted, Eckler's can do a lot out of the backfield as well, catching the ball. But Pittsburgh at home, I think this is going to has the potential to be a shootout. I know how good the Chargers secondary has been. Mm-hmm. I get that. But Big Ben at home, I just feel like they're going to be, feeling themselves a little bit here. And the Steelers are going to find a way to go out there and get the win after an embarrassing loss to the Denver Broncos on the road, where the center sealed the game.
I'm curious to see if Thanos is going to pick up a tight end off of free agency, or if he's going to hope that Evan Ingram is going to be ready to play after being announced 17 minutes after the start of the game that he was out last week.
Yeah, I don't really know how that happens. Pissed me off. I played Ingram in one of my leagues and played him instead of Njoku.
Oh, really?
I just don't know how. Like, I'm pretty on top of it. It lost me a game. So.
Yeah. I know a lot of people started him, and he ended up not playing.
Well, because he had such a hot week the week before.
Yeah.
You're talking. He had. I shouldn't say so hot, but he had 7 points. Whatever. If you have a team with a shitty tight end like I did in that league, whatever. High upside guy. Maybe he catches a touchdown instead. Get a goose egg. If I'm him, just anyone else. I'll trade you Ricky Seals-Jones for a pack of gum.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick myself to win this game.
Joshua Stevens, the first ever 13-0.
Just hopefully it's not like the Patriots.
It might be. I'm gonna predict you the first round of playoffs.
I know
that you play losing to Justin.
It's possible, man. Like, honestly, it wouldn't shock me at all.
Wouldn't shock me either.
Matchup of the week: Tom Schultz versus Mike Agent.
Now this is a real must-win. This is a real must-win because if Tom loses, he's out.
Mike loses, he still has a chance.
Did you stop recording?
No, you're good.
Oh. Yeah, definitely. This is a must-win, and I think that Tom finds a way to get it done. I really do. Tom, I like Tom's team a lot. A lot of high upside guys. Jacksonville is so down on themselves right now. New England can get hot, but I still like Dalvin Cook. Joe Mixon against Denver at home. I think with the, like you said, the creative player at quarterback, they're going to see a lot of Joe Mixon. Nick Chubb against Houston's a little bit tough, but I like Tom's team. I think, unfortunately, for Mike, he's going to lose. And like I said, I believe I predicted him to be sitting at home.
All right. Well,
at 6-7, which would be very funny because I said that he was going to have the exact same year that I did after my third place finish, and I finished the last year at 6-7.
Do you see Mike making one more move? He said he was trying to get a wide receiver one, which made no sense to try to get him from Tom since that is the person he's playing this week.
I don't really know. I didn't get that either.
But he's trying to get a wide receiver one. Do you think he makes that move to get a wide receiver one?
There's not a lot out there. Not a lot of options.
I look at Josh Gordon against the Minnesota Vikings. That's a
terrible matchup.
Not a matchup I would want.
Hell no.
I would honestly rather start Golden Tate rather than Josh Gordon. But if I was Mike, it might come to a point where you have to, like he said, give up a 4 and try to get the best wide receiver available out there. Honestly, I don't know why he's not knocking on your door and asking for Amari Cooper. At this point in time, he almost has to.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. It's there, and especially now, like, you guys were mocking me a bit, but like, I'm comfortable with how many first-round draft picks I have of just holding off with Amari because I know I'm probably going to be able to draft him right away next year if I want, like, early on.
Yeah,
so why not just hold him and then dump him back into the pool?
Who wins this matchup?
This is going to be Tom. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I would be proud of you if you knock Tom out. But you are going to end up losing, but then still making the playoffs at 6-7.
I think he makes a move for a wide receiver. I think he trades. He's got to trade something away, a player and a pick. Maybe he knocks on your door for Amari Cooper. I don't know. But he's going to have to make a move for a wide receiver. I would not trust Josh Gordon this week. He already traded for Eric Ebron against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville, if you look at week 10 against the Indianapolis Colts, that was 41 points.
Listen.
And hold on. Okay. And Mr. Eric Ebron was 26.6 of those points. So he made a move to get a tight end. Does he make a move to make the wide receiver core a little bit better?
Listen, I'll tell you the truth. I offered Mike, text them when I saw the happenings, if you would, Amari Cooper and either Anthony Miller or DJ Moore for his 4th. He just said, So I don't, it's not going to happen by the sounds of it. You have to overpay this time of year. You're trying to make a play. The only good thing about Amari Cooper is you are overpaying, yes, but he has keeper value. You should be able to flip him for a 5th or a 6th to a shitty team.
Oh, this is a dire need situation for him. He needs to win this matchup.
I agree.
Needs to win it. If you need to win it, you need to make a move.
I agree.
And now is the time to make it. I already offered him Tyler Boyd.
I know. I think both. Honestly, I think Boyd is a better version of Gordon. It's just I don't think that Boyd he's gonna play Boyd much after this week, and he's still super worried about, like, I wouldn't want it because I don't like the no quarterback.
Yeah, this is a must-win week.
I agree with you.
Must win. If he makes a move for a wide receiver, I'm picking Mike.
Oh, only if he makes a move for a wide receiver. Interesting. Yeah, I'm still taking Tom. I feel bad for Tom's team.
If he adds Amari Cooper, would you pick Mike in the win?
I mean, if that's like a part of the trade, like, hey man, I'll go edit the show and I'll say you're gonna win.
If he gets Amari Cooper or Tyler Boyd, I feel like he wins this matchup. He cannot play Josh Gordon this week.
I agree with you completely. I think he would be better off playing Josh Reynolds this week than Josh Gordon.
I would agree with that. Very interesting, very interesting. So, your final say on the playoffs, you think that I'm going to go 13-0. That would mean Mike makes the playoffs.
Yes.
That means Tom would make the playoffs. So it would go...
Well, not necessarily.
Well, if Mike loses and Thanos loses, Mike makes the playoffs.
Wait, but if Thanos...
Oh, yeah?
If Thanos loses and Mike wins,
yeah,
then Thanos is still in.
Then Thanos is still in.
Right. And that's...
But you have Mike losing, though.
Yeah. I have Mike, but in the playoffs. So, yeah, I have you at the number 1 seed. I have Wags at the number 2. Josh Schultz at 3, playing Mike at the 6. And Tom at the 4, playing Justin at the 5.
All right. Very interesting. I'm excited.
I'm excited, too. I'm excited to see if you can do it. I'm excited to see if you can if you can pull it off, like I'm like, you're lucky because you don't have anyone on your team who should be like benched or who should be like down and out type deal. No teams that are gonna hurt. Like everyone should be playing throughout. Like it's pretty crazy. It's gonna be hard for you to. Oh, Josh, how nervous are you? I mean, really tired.
I really wish I would have got the loss out of the way.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like I told you earlier, I truly thought I was gonna beat you last week. I thought I had it.
So far this year, I am 12-0, 10-2, and 10-2.
That's pretty gosh dang good.
Every single league, I have Christian McCaffrey, and Mike Thomas in 2, James Conner in 2, James White in 2.
The closest you've come all season is against Tommy.
Yeah, week number 1.
Yeah, week 1. You only won by what, 1.7?
Yeah.
Yowza. Oh, you came close too. Tom came close.
Oh yeah.
That's 6.2 points. So you had a couple of close calls in there, and then you have the game where you beat Kevin by 106 points.
Yeah, that game was ridiculous. Yeah. Really wish I would have had 200 on that one. Okay. Did you want to make a prediction on who wins the whole thing?
Yeah, Justin.
Justin wins the whole thing.
I'm staying with Justin.
Sticking
Justin,
with it.
I've always had faith in you. When you win the starfish, I hope you let me touch it. That is all.
All right, that's all we have.
One more thing.
Yep.
Fuck you, Tommy.
Ooh. Real quick, I just wanted to go over the most points for and the most points against. Muhammad has been very unlucky, and so has Kevin Long. Kevin Long has 1,739 points against and only almost 1,400 points for. Muhammad had 1,638 against him, where teams like Wags had 1,300. So a 330-point difference. Points for myself, 1,820. Second place, Josh Schultz was 1,740. And then Wags at 1,632.
Yeah, but look at gay-ass Wags' team. Number 1, the other 2 teams in his division, 1,322, 1,177. His points against barely breaks 1,300.
Yeah.
Where everyone else in the league is over 1,400.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Wags, keep your cockiness to yourself. Just keep investing in changing your team name. But I don't get, why has Wags had 10 away games? He's 9-1 on the road, 1-1 at home.
I have no idea.
Sorry, Wags. No home games for you.
All right, guys, that's all we have for you. Until next week.
Peace.